Hi, and welcome to Java Programming. My name is Miss Boylan. I'll be your teacher this semester. I wanted to take a couple minutes to highlight some features of our online classroom to get us started on the right foot. Okay. First thing we're going to take a look at is the landing page. This page here, the page that you land on when you come into the class. It's going to also be referred to as the materials page sometime. I post an announcement actually, so at the top of the landing page you'll notice that there's an announcement. I post an announcement on the first day of each week. So I'll also post additional announcements throughout the week as needed. Okay, so when you come into the class, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to read that announcement to make sure that you're staying up to date and current with the information. Okay, so one thing to note though is that there can only be one announcement at the top of the page at a time, so it's always the most current announcement. If you come in and you think, maybe I missed some announcements, that's okay. They're stored here on this updates page. You can find all of the course announcements posted there. Okay, so we're going to move down the page a little, and we're going to come to the first folder is the classroom folder. So the classroom folder contains all of your instructional materials like texts, videos, assignments, discussions, quizzes, tests, that kind of stuff. It's all housed in there. We're going to come back to it in a moment and take a look at it in greater depth. Okay. But so then moving down, we've got the assignment schedules folder. So I'm just going to click this little caret here so that we can see what's inside of it. So you see inside of it are assignment schedules for quarter one. You'll notice that they're created by school. You'll just want to make sure that you download the appropriate assignment schedule and use it to guide your progress through the course. Okay, it's important to note that I also use it to calculate your grade. So like, what is expected this week? Was it completed? Was it not? Do I mark it missing? Do I give it a grade? You know, whatever. But so you're going to want to use it so that you stay on track, because it's what I will use to mark your progress. Okay. So as you've noticed, it's a quarter one schedule. The quarter two schedule will be made available at the end of quarter one, like right as we're starting to begin to move into quarter two. I'll post it, and then I'll post an announcement to let you know that it's available. Okay. So then the next folder that we have is this Meet Your Teacher folder, and there's a couple of important pages inside of it. One is the teacher introduction and contact information page, and the other one's the grading policies and teacher expectations. So the first one, the teacher introduction and contact information, just gives you a lot of info about how to get in touch with me. Okay, and it also is going to specify what are called my office hours. Okay, so first things first, regarding getting a hold of me, our best method of communication is Google Chat. And you're going to do one of your very first activities in the class is to add me as a contact to Google Chat. So my advice to you is to always make sure you have Google Chat open when you're completing coursework. Okay. But in addition to like how to get a hold of me, there's also going to be information in there on what's called my office hours. So it's important to understand what I mean when I mean office hours. So office hours are when like I'm going to be immediately available to you. Okay. But what the office hours don't mean is it doesn't mean that you only contact me during office hours. Okay. So my suggestion to all students is that if you have a question, you ask it. You don't worry about what the office hours are. Okay. If you have a question in that moment, you ask the question. If I'm available to you, right? If I'm up and I'm available, then I'm going to respond as quickly as I can. If I'm sleeping or something like that, or if I'm having dinner or something where I'm not like right with my phone, then my response is going to be delayed. But truthfully, the office hours are just because I have to create them and I have to post them. My guidance to you is you have a question, ask the question, and I will answer you just as soon as I can. Okay. So the grading policies and teacher expectations page, it's super important. It's going to list all of the policies that govern our class and determine how you earn the grade that you earn. So you're going to want to make sure that you go in there and you look at those things so that you can be informed about how your grade is calculated. Okay. So then the last thing that I think we need to point out here on the landing page is this Need Tech Help graphic. So if you notice, there's It's a clickable image. So if you're having technical issues, you're going to want to come in here, click that image, and it's going to open up the DVHS Help Desk Ticket Request form. You're just going to complete the form, tell what kind of tech issues you're having, and then submit it. I will say do your best to stay online for about 10 to 15 minutes so that if the ETs need to get in touch with you and help work through the technical issues, they can. Okay. So generally, once they get them, they want to work through tech help tickets in about 10 to 15 minutes. So like I said, just try to stay on for a little bit. I do want to point out one thing. If you have questions about the course, okay, just anything about the course itself, like let's say you want to access a quiz, but it's not available, like it's not, it gives you a funky message when you click on a link. Or let's say you have questions about the content, or let's say you have questions about an assignment, or let's say you have questions about feedback that you got on an assignment or a grade that you got on the assignment. All of those things are course specific and they don't need a tech help question, right? Ticket submitted. Instead, all of those questions should come to me. So if you have any kind of questions about the course itself, like I said, all of those things that I listed, if you have questions about any of those things, just come to me and I'll take care of them, okay? And we'll work through them together. So now let's work our way back up here to the classroom just real quick and take a look. I'm going to go inside the whole thing. All right, so the first folder listed inside the classroom folder is the Orientation Begin Here folder. There are a couple of orientation assignments in this folder that should be completed prior to moving on to our course content, okay? So below the orientation folder is the Information Center folder, and in that folder you'll find links to our online library as well as guidance for accessing the library and our databases. The Course Resources folder, it's just going to have support documentation that is meant to help guide you in the working through the content, okay? So it just might provide additional information, additional guidance about something that was in the content, and that's going to be in the Course Resources folder. The next thing we have is our module folders, and I'm going to just open up the module folder a little so that we can see. So we have module folders, and within module folders we have sections. Okay, so think of a module as an entire unit and think of sections as the chapters. Okay, so all of like your chapter readings and your tasks are going to be listed inside a section folder. Okay, here as well. Now you'll notice that currently module 1 is the only module that's listed, and also within module 1 you'll see that there's only section A and B open. So there's really a section C in module 1. It just hasn't been made available yet. I will make it available at the end of our first week. So things will be made available, sections will be made available, and then like future modules are made available, but when they're available is based on when they're due in the assignment schedule. So generally, if the assignment schedule lists so basically what I do is I open content from a module or a section about a week earlier than what the assignment schedule says. Okay, so we don't normally progress ahead of time. So I know some students will want to work ahead, and we are not allowed to do that. So I can only open modules and sections about a week early. Okay. Okay, so now we've done this quick review of the class, and I just want to address what you should accomplish during this first week of class. Okay, so the very first thing I'd like for you to do is to really just explore the class, right? Download the quarter 1 assignment schedule, review the documents in that Meet Your Teacher folder, and just peruse the course, especially the classroom folder, okay? Once you feel comfortable in the course itself, then you're going to want to access the Orientation Begin Here folder and complete those orientation activities. And then once you're done with that, then you're going to want to move on to the Module 1 assignments that were specified in your assignment schedule. Okay, so if you have any questions or concerns as we move forward, like I said, please reach out to me. Please reach out to me in Google Chat. I mean, of course, I'm going to answer any emails you send, but Google Chat is just the quickest, most efficient way for us to communicate with each other. With that, I'm super excited to go on this adventure with you this semester, and I look forward to seeing your skills in programming develop. Talk to you soon.